Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we've got ourselves a nice, beautiful match for you. South America Division 2 in the DPC League. My name is Dktruman, and I'm once again joined by Arjarath. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Truman, and let's go. I'm pretty hyped for this series, Ravens against Coritiba. It's like the mid-section of the tournament where we can have like Ravens reaching the first spot of the tournament, or we can have like a three-team tie against like Dreamers, Ravens, and Coritiba. So I'm pretty hyped to see this match here, man.
Yep, you definitely did nail it on the head there. There are, of course, three teams that are at the top currently, trying to fight for those only two spots for next season. Then you've got Mad Kings and South Team in the middle of the pack, both with 2 wins, 2 losses, and then the Balrogs, Gorillas Pride, and Noping at the bottom. Yeah, that's just eh. But we're going to talk about the top matchup right now. Coritiba, they are 3-1. Ravens are 4-0, but Ravens have not lost a single map so far. So they are 8-0 in their matches. That means they've had clean sweeps all the way through. Coritiba, however, they kind of need this win if they want to keep their chances going further forward. Because Dreamers, they're at the top spot tied with Ravens. Dreamers are 4-1, Ravens are 4-0, and Coritiba 3-2. So this needs to be a win for Coritiba if they want to keep the eye on the prize. If they win this, they have it in their own hands. If they lose this, however, then it becomes pretty much hoping that their opponents make a mistake.
Yeah, as we said, like it's the mid-section, everything gets confusing if like we have so many ties happening. And I don't know, man, like it's important games for both teams. And like Ravens, if they lose this one, okay, it's not a big hit on them because they still have this chance of hitting the first place or even the second one. So I don't know, like let's see if Coritiba can handle the Ravens' pressure. As you said, like 2-0 on every series they have. Like it's pretty astonishing results. So yeah, man, I don't know. Like Ravens, they have a extensive hero pool. They can like complement each other with their picks. So I don't know. Like Coritiba also has this quality on them. They can like pick like a huge amount of heroes. But I don't know. I feel like Ravens, they also are able to counterpick every opponent they are like facing. You see like if someone picks TA, they try to snip up that Razor on the game. And I mean, Razor against TA is like overwhelming. You drain her damage, and I mean, you dominate the match. So I mean, I'm pretty excited to see Ravens here, especially due to their dominance.
Yep. They are very dominant. That's just it. They are really hard to deal with this season. Last season, they were very close to advancing on towards Division 1. I think they got 3rd place in that season. Unfortunately, did not manage to pass through. This time around, though, looking sublime. Did not really get any changes done and the like, but they are going to take on Coritiba, a team, of course, who got relegated from Division 1. Used to be under a different team name, aka Apu King of Kings. But yeah, it's definitely gonna, you're gonna have a little bit of the experience on Coritiba side because they have played, against the bigger teams a little bit more. They are quote unquote stronger in that regard. But Ravens not losing a single map means that they've got this patch down to the T. And that is what is scary. I did, however, mention that, of course, if Coritiba loses this, then they don't have it in their own hands. I forgot about one important factor. They actually have a game still to be played against Dreamers, which could, even if Coritiba lose this, they could force Dreamers into tiebreakers at the end. So that is still a possibility, even if Coritiba loses. So this does not decide anything conclusively, except for probably that Ravens... they are not guaranteed through as well. It is a really tough situation of like, maybe on all accounts here. Actually, definitely is going to be the case. So I'm looking forward towards seeing what they can bring. There is a lot of pressure on this match. It is not the end all and be all, but if Ravens win this, then they most certainly are in the most fortuitous position to advance on towards the next season. and Ravens only have to play against Noping and Mad Kings as the last two teams. Well, we saw recently how many problems Noping currently has. And, well, Mad Kings is just a team that it's really hard to play against them. So, of course, Coritiba beat them, but Mad Kings have nasty strats to deal with.
For sure, like they can bring that TP, like which is not a big spammed hero on this patch, but like when you hit the sweet spot on DP, you get like a nice game. You pressure the towers, and I feel like this meta is all around pressuring T1s and like T2s, so you can get the Roche control pretty fast. And I mean, DP also can handle the Roche pretty safely, right, with Exorcism. So yeah, we can see some good strats on Mad King for sure. Yeah, I don't know, like we are ready for the first match, I think, Truman?
Yep, the draft is on the way, so we're going to jump in immediately. I actually casted the Mad King series with Bowie recently, and we both kind of agreed on one very interesting aspect, and that is, even though they're 2-2, for us, Mad Kings had the best macro game in Division 2. Like, player-wise, other teams have stronger players, but their coordination and communication during the game is, like, leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of the other teams, especially in their early game and, like, their aggression. So that's always wonderful to see. Though Ravens is definitely a very close second in that regard, because they have the skill and they have the team play to back it up as well. Right now, Enchantress first pick, that is an interesting choice.
It is. Like, at least it's a good hero to pressure the lanes. I feel like you can handle out Monkey King quite safely, although it wasn't like a exact answer for Monkey King, right? But you can zone out the Monkey King with Enchantress due to the extra creep you get. But like, in which aspect do you think Enchantress is a surprise here? Let me understand a little bit more.
Well, Enchantress is a hero that I normally tend to see when it's being picked up against a Beastmaster or Enigma, or, you know, anything that summons minions, to be more of a counter pick than just a staple first hero pick. I think it just is based off of that, where you don't necessarily know what the enemies pick, because the Enchantress, it's a great hero, has a lot of like healing, and can be very annoying in the lane. Though it does have its weaknesses to boot. Later on in the game, it could become pretty much a walking creep in that regard. Just slightly tankier walking creep. Unless you, of course, go for the Hurricane Pike build, which would be very greedy, but it does make you like a god in the late game as well with those Impetus arrows.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I feel like Ravens, they picked this Zeus, especially to try to capitalize on that thing you said. Like, if Enchantress doesn't scale well for the late game, Zeus is there to apply the magical damage and to burst out this hero. But Coritiba Esports, they also pick Buck, which is a hero that can go on the back lane and like find Zeus and try to kill him and zone him out. So, I mean, both teams are trying to read each other here, and yeah, I have to agree with you. Like, Enchantress first pick is something curious for sure.
I actually quickly looked up the stats from both these teams in terms of their previous games, and Ravens have a they've picked Enchantress 3 times, and they've picked Beastmaster 3 times. So this is a hard denial pick, it seems, against just the Ravens picking either the Enchantress or the Beastmaster, or in worst case, both, and then you are further from home in that regards. Ogre Magi, you know, that's just it always has a little bit of an Enchantress vibe. It's just stupidly strong in the laning stage. Does become weaker later on, depending on the item build, unless you get like a Hand of Midas and you go super greedy. But at one point, he just kind of turns into a bloodless battery.
Oh, at least for like buffing out Monkey King, it's pretty good. So Bloodlust on Monkey King, the attack speeds, the Jingle Mastery is gonna be quite good for Ravens. Unless they are like aiming for a Monkey King support 4, and we are yet to see the HC on their side. But I don't know, like it's a good hero, can zone out the offlaner pretty well, depending on the offlane Coritiba is going to bring up here. So let's see their third pick. And about the bans here, I don't know, like I feel like Ravens, they were scared off on the Dawnbreaker on this game due to the fact that it can like bring good pressure on the lane and also a global gank. But Coritiba, they go for that like sweet combo Mars and Snapfire, right? Hiko can play a good Mars, and Snapfire on Hennessy's hands, it's pretty fine as well. He uses this hero since last season, and also like on I don't know, like every time I see Hennessy's, I think about Snapfire as well. So there we go, man. Like good AoE combo for Coritiba side here. What is going to be the pick for Mini, Truman?
That's always the big question, of course. Mini being, say mid laner from like a very long time. It is kind of interesting to see his hero pool. Of course, you know, the heroes that spring to mind every single time are like TA, Bunka, you know, heroes that also play in the mid lane. Alchemist has been picking up a lot of pace lately as well. So definitely looking forward to seeing what he will be choosing. Right now, Ravens, they actually have a very interesting scenario where the Monkey King, I know that both Benjas, both Dismar and Dad play the Monkey King. So it is flexible in that regard. But would you then put they could put either the Monkey King safe very easily, or they could put the Monkey 4 and then put the Zeus mid. So they have decent amount of flex still on the Ravens side. Even though team fight wise, Coritiba are so much stronger this game.
Yeah, at the current moment, Coritiba early mid-game team fight is so strong. They gonna need those BKBs on Ravens as fast as possible, especially if they are going to bring a Monkey King on safe lane. I mean, we still have open here an Invoker for Flow, which is a good hero that he used on many series so far. So I don't know, I mean, we have a setup for Invoker here. Dragon Knight being the front laner, and also the Wukong's command to help Invoker hit those nice spells. I feel like maybe Coritiba can respect that option as well. They ban out Wraith King, which can imply they are trying to bring a hero here that can have like a big ultimate ability with big cooldown. I don't know, what can we say about this? Maybe Queen of Pain? What do you think?
Well, when I see Wraith King ban, I always think that they're gonna go for a Faceless Void. But with the Void, they have a little bit of chrono damage, I guess. I do prefer the Zeus. To be fair, I prefer Zeus in both positions, mid or 4. It is a ridiculously strong hero, especially with his third spell, the Goomba Stomp, whatever it's called, the Mario Jump. It is really strong in the laning stage to survive, can get out of the Enchantress's range and such. So yeah, I honestly have no idea, but it seems that Coritiba expect Ravens to pick their safe laner last. Coritiba, they're going to go for the Mini Juggernaut, which is, in this patch, currently one of the strongest safe lanes. Most of the time, it actually gets banned in the second phase by nearly every team. So it's kind of surprising that it's still left in the pool.
Yeah, Juggernaut here is great. Like, when he reaches that moment where he gets the shard, he's gonna have like great mobility, especially under the Wukong's command. And I don't feel like they have many, how can I say this, like trustable stuns to get this Juggernaut. I mean, DK Dagger, it's okay. Also, the Boundless Strike on Monkey King is pretty fine as well. But you have to do it like fast and do it by the fog, like so fast that Juggernaut can't react. And Ravens now, they get the last pick TA, which can like counter Mars armor, also can try to apply damage on Juggernaut, and especially the matchup against Puck, right? I mean, TA versus Puck, if they play this matchup, I don't think they will, because Flow is going to play Zeus here. Could be a thing. But yeah, TA with refraction instances, she can like dodge out the damage that Puck applies on the game. So I don't know, man. I feel like both teams are bringing a balancing draft here, and I'm looking forward to see this match.
Yeah, I kind of like, especially the TA, because that brings you to a point where your safe laner is probably the strongest hero in the game. And you also have pretty tanky supporting cast, Ogre, DK, Monkey. Monkey, of course, going for a lot of scouting. I think this would be a really good Orchid rush for Dismar if he could get it off in time to be able to Orchid the Juggernaut or the Puck. It would destroy them completely. I like the choices that they made in the last couple of picks. You also have the Ogre buff. TA brings Roche push, Roche take, Tower push added into the mix. Coritiba, they've got pretty decent Roche, not the greatest tower push, so that might be a little bit of a problematic point later along the lines. But looking at these two drafts, I think they're very evenly scaled up against each other. One team has more team fight, the other team has more, I guess, damage in that regard. So, yeah, predictions right here, right now. Who do you think is going to be able to take game number 1?
I'm gonna say Ravens has this one maybe by a 2% advantage or so, like 2 to 5% at maximum. You see, like
Gaben says 3.
Say what again?
Yeah, the Dota Plus says 53 to 47.
Okay, so we have already an advantage for Dota Plus here on the start of the match, and like anything, I mean, we didn't see anything happening right now. So it's curious how Dota Plus gives out this percentage. When
it's
happens,
BS
right?
most of the time, because I remember where it was like, oh, a team picked Spectre. Oh, they have a 75% chance to win. Cool, cool. Makes no sense.
There we go. And we know, right, like when the Dota is played, everything can happen as well. Like you cannot predict which team is going to like commit the most mistakes here. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Let me see the builds here just a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we see anything out of the
Dismar
usual.
is... Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. First blood.
And that is going to be Coritiba starting off with First Blood. I personally also think Ravens is going to take it. And now that they've, of course, lost First Blood, you know, I can say that if they got First Blood, yeah, it would be a different story, because then I'd just be choosing the team that starts off slightly better. But in this case, yeah, I kind of like Ravens a little bit more. It's mainly because at one point they do have a decent amount of stuns on the side of Ravens. You also later on have the TA with the shard, which is so good against the Buck. Always something that you should pretty much not underestimate in any game against a TA. That shard where you can get a how much 3.5 second silence off is insane. Dad taking a lot of damage in the top lane though.
Yeah, I mean, Snapfire can handle out a good pressure on this start of the game, especially with Mars on her side. Yeah, so that needs to watch out. He didn't get the tangles, so he's like trying to build up Magic Wand charges, and we see Kara here like giving out tangles for that to restore his HP. But like on the other hand, as we mentioned, Mini got the First Blood and he already has his boots. So like if Monkey King stays out of position again, he is probably going to get like the spin and also that again. Like he can be easily killed by Coritiba side.
They're thinking most of the action will be coming in the bottom lane that we need to keep our eyes out for them, or do you think we're gonna have more action in a different lane?
Maybe top lane. Actually, Hannes getting started. There we go. So yeah, my answer would say I would say the top lane, Truman. That's what I'm saying here.
Okay. Mid was also an option, by the way, because you know that's just pure magic damage against each other. Yeah, the big plus is of course going to be the Zeus is level 6. At that stage, you just want one of the side lanes to go ham and start damaging as much as possible so Zeus can get the final blow in. It is, what, level 1, 300 damage? Not bad.
Top lane.
Okay, that. Ooh, he missed the God's Rebuke and now he go. Okay, he won't be hunted further forward. Kara doesn't need any regen because it's an Ogre Magi and he is stupidly tanky.
Yeah. They were trying to target out the TA, but the spear from Mars didn't reach the tower range, so T1 damage on TA was not existent here on this opening, and they are trying to kill TA on every open they have, but it seems like they can't find the damage to kill her. Maybe when Mars gets level 5 and also this Netfire Kara.
Kara is gonna get caught and he will most likely die. Get smacked by the God's Rebuke. Dad is trying to quickly get himself some farm going because the TA is currently definitely struggling in last hits. Same as Benja's in the bottom lane. As you said, of course, with the addition of the boots on the Juggernaut, and if you get slowed up by Serum, you are even a DK can very easily die to all that magic damage. Like, Dragon's Blood is nice, but it won't keep you alive in that scenario just yet. And Mini's getting his full phase boots delivered soon enough.
Yeah, and talk about them. They are trying to kill DK, still tanky enough to tank the damage. And like, the thing about the initiation here on DK is the fact that he can TP out pretty safely. Unless Seren has a Centaur, which he manages to find here. So, there we go. Seren might try to go on DK again when that spin is up on Juggernaut's Mini's Juggernaut, I mean.
Top lane, a little bit of a brawl again between the two sides. A lot of distraction for Dad, so he can't find the farm. He also doesn't have Psyblades yet, which means his attack range is a lot less than, for instance, a Monkey King would have. Bakara is trying his best to at least keep the enemy's farm low, because that's also another way that you can get it going. You just keep on harassing them as much as possible. They buy a bunch of regen, then they still have the lane advantage, but most of their money is going to be centered around getting good regen going. Which seems to be the case. Oh, Hiko actually leveling Bulwark at level 4 just to be able to soak up those hits.
Especially against TA, right? It's a pretty good decision by Hiko. And also, the thing is, at least from TA side, you can apply good damage with Meld, and they start again on TA. Can they get the kill though?
Hiko's actually gonna die to Gara. Dad staying alive. That is going to be finally a kill secured for the Ravens here, but Mini's got 22 denies in the bottom lane.
Yeah, hard lane for DK. He doesn't have like a good attack speed to contest those hits from DK, or from Jug, I mean, sorry. And yeah, he gonna need to recover the economy somehow. I don't know, maybe trying to rotate when he gets level 6. But the XP here, it's not looking good either.
Garga's taken down. Dodd is currently starting to farm up the jungle. Gets broken, so Sideblades does not work. That is nice with the small camp creeps these days. It's pure annoyance. That's just what they bring. One of them disarms you, the other one breaks you. And a lot of heroes really despise that.
For sure. Like, we have some heroes that can farm the jungle on this early time of the game, especially TA, right? TA with the refraction and also the Blades points, she can do it quite easily. But yeah, as you said, it's a nuisance for sure, man.
Oh, Rico. Just spear away Kara. We'll take some damage in response from Dodd, but definitely nowhere near enough. 11, almost 1200 HP on the Mars. He's going to be just fine. TP towards top by Guts. In comes Mr. G. He's looking for Dad, but Dad's already back. But Guts, he's got himself a haste rune, and that should be a TA. Oh, he's not in vision just yet. Going to get away. No, Dad. Walk away. Walk away. Dream Coil coming through. In comes Scarra from behind. He's trying to soak up everything to keep Dad going. He does still have a meld possibility if he just wants to stay hidden. But yeah, Guts will just pump out damage. The spear comes out. Kara's going to get stunned up. A TP from Dismar. They are lacking severe amounts of damage. In comes the jump onto Guts. Zeus ulti used. The puck in the trees. Can he get away? He does have another illusory orb in a second. Will be spotted. Will be chased by Dismar. And Guts doesn't actually have a TP scroll. So he is pretty much wasting his entire early game in that top lane.
For Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, he's gonna buy a TP on their fountain side. No, he's gonna kill himself. And that's like a huge hit for him. The overextension, they can't find the Q on this TA. That also dodges the cookie from Snapfire. So nice job from them. Ravens managing to like stall the game from this fuck.
Yeah, but Mini's got a superb game. He's already done with the Javelin. We're 8 minutes in. Phase Boots Javelin, 600 towards the Mithril Hammer. Nengo actually forced a TP bottom to make sure that the tower does not get taken down just yet. And that is painful because that's not really a TP that you want to do at this stage in the game.
For sure, especially since he didn't have much mana for his Zeus. Like we saw the rune deny from Hansis on top lane, and I mean, at least defending this tower, I think it's pretty important because you don't want to lose the triangle since you have a TA on your team. So losing mid lane and also triangle, I mean the T1 from bot lane, can bring the position, the aggression from Coritiba's side on this triangle. So yeah, you need to protect it. That's what I mean.
Well, Hanses fighting up against Kara, but there is again Mr. Jeans. Dream Call comes out. Kara Ogre is dead. Dad needs to be a little bit careful. Try farming right next to the puck. No fear coming out from the TA, who's actually recovered significantly in terms of net worth. Would have expected his farm to be a lot worse. He does not have any fear whatsoever. I'd be terrified if the puck was standing that close.
Yeah, I mean, he was abusing the fact that the refraction can soak up those damages out of Pluck and also from Hansis, which they used everything as well. Like the cooldowns were still rolling due to the fact they used everything on Kara. Yeah, great job from that. And like on Coritiba's side, they actually bring out this T1 on bot lane, and they, as we can see, they just come here on the triangle and try to build up some map space. We can already see a ward here from Saren, and I don't know, man, the next objective is mid lane probably, or just top lane, because you also want to destroy the top lane tower. That's what I mean.
And Dismar, his first item build is going to be the Orchid, but he is not even level 4 just yet, 10 minutes in. That is painful to watch. It's getting the tome delivered at the very least. Even though level 6 does not really do anything for a Monkey King support, because you don't want a level Wukong's command at that stage anyway. The rest of the levels would be definitely a nice added addition. Jumping about, they're trying to keep the mid tier 1 tower alive, but they'll at least keep it going for the time being. In the meantime, Juggernaut, he's done with the full Maelstrom already. Mini is really going at it in terms of farm. Jump comes in onto Nango. Mortimer's Kiss is on top. The Zeus is in a lot of trouble. And can he get away? He does have a few raindrops. He is going to stay alive for a bit longer. Runs the opposite direction. Gut's still chasing. He's got the haste room. Boundless Strike gets dodged. And Nango leap forward. But he will finally get taken down by the illusory orb. And Guts goes for the straight TP. That is really well played by the puck.
Yeah, like great coordination from Coritiba, but here comes the counterattack. Dismar isn't going to find anyone with the tree dance. And like you can see, they also apply a huge damage on T1 at mid lane. They tried to protect the siege creep as long as they could. Saren with the Nature's Attendant is like trying to heal that siege creep. And like great job overall from Coritiba's side, already building up a 3k advantage. That's huge, man. Like 12 minutes in, it's pretty good.
And Guts also has a Switchblade now done, so that's a good way to get rid of the refraction charges of the TA, which definitely will otherwise be a bit of a nuisance, as you previously mentioned, for the puck to handle. Serum is just farming the enemy's Ancients in the meantime. That is just so confident, is the Coritiba side in terms of their farm positions.
Yeah, they are going to try to pressure this tower again. Maybe when Hiko gets his dagger, right? When everything happened on these last 2 minutes or so, Hiko was just there, like, holding the creep wave, trying to deny the creeps as long as he could. He didn't even, like, try to hit the tower, and Hiko is going to get that dagger on this 13-minute mark, and they are for sure going to go on mid lane and use the Snapfire ulti again.
Dismar, the cookie stun lands on him, but not far enough to actually cut the tree. So they did not... Yeah, he was pretty much just chilling high up in those treetops. But that could have been pretty painful if he got dropped for the Monkey King. A little bit of luck coming his way.
Yeah. Nice read from both players, I guess, from Hansis and also from Dismar. But as I said, Truman, we have dagger up. We already have like the Mortimer kisses available too. So we are going to see a pressure here on mid lane. I don't think Ravens can contest this, to be quite honest. They actually want to go up on triangle side.
Agara gets Arena caught. Yoga Magia will be an easy pickup for Coritiba. It's also a double damage on the puck, who has pretty much been granted full rune control this entire game. Dismar still trying to farm up the Orchid. It's going to take quite some time. It's not the worst farm yet on the Monkey King, but definitely wants to get that item a lot sooner. Benjels, his Blink Dagger is not going to take too long either. But luckily enough, they are at least keeping Dad nice and farmed up this game, who very likely will not really be able to do much until he gets his BKB though.
Yeah, he needs that BKB. Apparently he wants to build Dazzle first. So now we see a position from Ravens that they need to stall the game just a little bit. Maybe try to wait for that dagger, as you mentioned, on Manhas. And like when he gets dagger, then we have like explosive damage with Zeus and maybe with MK's Wukong command. So it's a whole time for Ravens side. They need to build up these items.
Yeah, it's taking quite some time, but they should be able to... I mean, the net worth advantage is not increasing, and that's already a big plus. It's been sticking around that 3k, 2 to 3k mark for the last 5 minutes. Dismar needs to be careful. He spots all of his opponents walking right next to him. And if they know, if they only knew, if the Illusion Orb just hits a little bit to the side, Dismar would probably get cracked. He's looking to cut the creep wave. Be a pure on nuisance, but now that the Zeus ulti spots out exactly where the puck is standing, I don't think he wants to risk that jump.
Yeah, probably not, especially with the glyph usage here from Coritiba's side. They were trying to protect the bottom lane. They managed to protect the creep wave on top as well, so they are probably going to get this tower here. And like as we said, it's a whole time for Ravens, and Coritiba are doing good here to pressure out this advantage and try to get as much map space as they can.
Dismar got to quickly leap away, gets speared up though, and Nico should be able to crush it. Actually, he misses the God's Rebuke. Chase going a little bit further. Dismar does also have a... Well, he unfortunately did not time that correctly, otherwise he would probably have been able to leap into the trees.
Yeah, the cookie to finish him up, and also the less damage out from Hiko. So 7-2 right now, 5k advantage. Coritiba is still trying to pressure. The Guts Buck here with the Blink Dagger doing a great job, but he used everything already, so he needs to watch out.
Dodge, refraction charge taken care of. Spear comes out. Mortimer's Kiss is on top. Dodge is dropping very quickly, and he is fallen. Hiko will just be chilling. They also don't have the Zeus ulti anymore because they used it for scouting purposes previously, so the damage is slightly lacking. Dod is dead. They do have the Blink Dagger on the DK, but he also didn't have his Elder Dragon form available. So right now it's looking really good for Coritiba and very bad for Ravens.
And like when Jug gets a little bit more items, I don't know if they are going to build also on Coritiba's side any kind of armor reduction. They can try to go and do Roche. So since they used like the Mortimer Kiss and also Mars Arena, I feel like they should like retreat a little bit, wait up for the next opening, and if they manage to land a good team fight, like good pickoffs again, they can start Roche even without that like armor reduction items, like maybe a medallion or Deso. I don't think it would be built here on this Coritiba. That's actually huge for Ravens. If they, I mean, Coritiba can also try to contest it. They know. They use scan as well.
Yeah. Starting a little bit too late. Cut the tree. Dismar is done. Monkey King is dead. Hugo gets thrown out as well. Snap the coils. Zubzalti only does a little bit of tickle damage. Guts will get taken down by Dad at the very least, but Mini's on top of him, has the Omni Slash available, and Dad is just going to try and get some damage going, but Spirit to the side. And that should probably be... I mean, they can just walk into the pit themselves now and secure that Aegis, even without the armor reduction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they will actually go for Roche now because the healing ward from Jug was used and broken on this team fight, so they don't have actually the HP regen to do the Roshan. They are just gonna be happy, like they got like 4 for 1. They lost only the puck, that's what I mean, so it's huge for Coritiba. They are just like holding the advantage and not trying to screw up for the next team fight. They are going to initiate clean with the arena and also with Mortimer Kiss. He found, I mean, Hiko found Dismar again.
Dismar in trouble, bound to strike in return, Benji's with another stun comes out, we're going to span. I guess it's at least a little bit of tickle damage onto Hiko, but the puck comes through, and there's Mr. Jeans dipping out. 8k net worth advantage. That is starting to look very crushing for Ravens. They need the Dad BKB. Maybe the Blink if you get like any way of controlling your opponent so that you could quickly delete the puck at the start of the fight, but BKB is such a necessity.
For sure. Once he's like aiming for the dagger, as it seems, they need to find out Guts pretty fast and try to burst out this puck, or maybe even Mars. I don't know, like, it's a hard team fight right now for Raven's side if they try to go out, I mean, go outside their base and try to find someone. Because we can see like a huge net worth advantage if they don't burst out anyone quickly, and especially depending on the pace that you find this team fight, we can also see buybacks, and that's probably gonna be it for Ravens. Like, they can't screw up right now. It's a whole game still, and I mean, Coritiba, they are playing marvelously. They are going to go for Arena again, 8 seconds for the cooldown to come back, and yeah, Arena and Mortimer Kiss is available, and also Dream Coil.
I like Mini's item choice. I mean, the 3 first items that he got are pretty much default, but then going for the Blink Dagger is definitely one that I really like to see, so he can follow up with the Mars and the puck and quickly jump, especially on the Zeus, because Nengo is going to be probably the one that pumps out the most damage at this stage in the game.
Yeah, Mini building that Manta style. He can like try to dodge TA silence. They find Banners here. I wasn't even watching this pick off here, but great stuff from Coritiba. They find Saren though.
Yeah, I don't really know why Saren is there. He's still not gonna die. TP, the rotations come in. It's a little bit too scary. They're actually gonna bail out on Ravens. It's a correct move, but it's very painful to see an enemy position 5 just standing there and you can't kill it.
Yeah, especially because it's like 1 point only on Untouchable, right? And now Kara is probably going to be dead here. There we go, Truman. They also have, like, still have Omni Slash on Mini. I don't think we saw Omni Slash on this game, did we?
No, Omni Slash, no, I mean, to be fair, if you've got Shard does much more damage than Omni Slash these days anyway. Which is kind of the reason why I think the Juggernaut Shard is a little bit too OP. You get like, what, extra 100 movement speed, attack damage during your spin, and then you add in the extra Blade Fury duration talent on top. The hero becomes ridiculous in terms of how much damage you can pump out in a short span of time.
And Mini actually aiming for that dagger. He wants more movement for his Juggernaut. So yeah, I mean, this game is looking pretty bad for Ravens. Guts has low mana here, but I think he can use any bottle charges, trying to reach a good team fight. But Zeus, yeah, nice God's Wrath here to look out for the Coritiba movement, and they are going for Roche anyway. They are so strong right now.
And they have, of course, that Snapfire, innate armor reduction with Little Shredder. A couple of other debuffs, the Afterburn, the Grove Bow, slight little additions, and Roche is dead. Before they could ever even respond on the Ravens, Monkey is very close to finishing up his Orchid, but they have a Mantle on Juggernaut. They have the Lincolns very close being done on Guts. So it's not the best item at this stage. And it's pretty nice, but they have ways of dealing with it.
Yeah, man. Dad wants that BKB. He's trying to build it, but with like little map space, it's hard to farm on this TA. Still doing a good damage to like go 1-for-1 against Mini. Zeus is trying to get Nimbus. I think the Nimbus addition could help them out pretty strongly. And they need to hold out on Tower 3 right now. Like, they can't like commit any huge mistakes right now, Truman. I feel like, especially on cores. They can find cores on Coritiba side, because if anyone dies here, it's gonna amplify the advantage on Coritiba side.
Run, Kara, run! They did use Dream Coil. So at least that is for the foreseeable future gone. I do know that Dad actually has a Twitter account, which his Twitter account, I mean, he's only posted 2 things on that Twitter account. He follows me on Twitter, which is yay. But he only has like 42 followers. So for the people that are watching, you know, Dad, the amazing player on the side of Ravens, follow him on Twitter, give him some love. It's definitely not really a position you need to be in, as we saw here, the 2 supports of Ravens getting absolutely cracked. Dad's Twitter, by the way, is Dad Dota. I don't know why I'm shouting it out. I just know that I saw it and have like no followers, so I was gotta support the guys in SA a little bit more.
Wow, Mini finding the Zeus with
that
no
is an
buyback.
Omni. There's the Omni.
First Omni's ledge. Yeah, there we go. And they are just going to hit the Tower 3. Like, Ravens not looking so strong right now, and like that's due to the great performance on Coritiba on this game.
I got a little bit worried recently with Coritiba's performance, but oh, there's Mini with the spin on top. They got caught inside the arena, inside the Dream Coil. And it seems that the superior team fight, early team fight, and rotations from Coritiba seem to be a little bit too much to handle for the Ravens lineup.
Great reads overall. Like, also sustaining the advantage, like only performing when you have the Mars Arena up, and also Mortimer Kisses and Dream Coils. I don't know, I feel like Ravens lacked movements on this game. They need to do something way prior this time of the game, like 26 minutes in, it's not the time to do something. 21-3 on the score, it's a stomp right now, Truman.
Yeah, 18k net worth advantage, only managing 3 kills, and that is when you have a Zeus in your lineup, which is normally gonna have to guarantee at least 10 kills for your team.
Yeah, Nyango Flow. 0-1, like 2 deaths, 1 assist only. What do you think it was the problem on this game? Because they had like also MK to perform roaming and try to find some kills, but like Coritiba, they are reading everything.
Yeah, Coritiba are playing this one exceptionally. I think the biggest problem was just their lanes didn't really go that well. All 3, to be fair. Mid slightly better, but the problem is, you know, Puck had a decent enough farming lane. And Zeus is a hero that really cannot get jumped. Like, if Zeus gets jumped, he becomes useless. And they have 3 heroes that built up a Blink Dagger, then have a Snapfire who's got 4 staff plus Mortimer Kisses on top. It's really hard to play a Zeus this game. That's why maybe not gonna say that that would have fixed the issues, but maybe, you know, make the Zeus a 4 position if you know that the enemies have just too much catch.
Yeah, that's one way to go, for sure. Dismar baiting out the arena. He's gonna get picked anyway. Once more, Coritiba getting a pick off here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you said everything. Like, maybe swapping that Zeus, probably not gonna handle the problem as well. Because, you know, it's Dota. You have to make out the best out of the draft you have. Like,
yeah, you could also just say get good. That's the best tip that you can ever give to a team, but unfortunately that won't be agreed upon by the the team most of the time. They'll probably get pissed, especially in your pubs, so don't try it. Otherwise you're going to have a lot of problems going further forward trying to get MMR. But yeah, for the most part, it's they just got outplayed. Coritiba, a team that doesn't necessarily always play hyper-aggressive drafts, went for a much more aggressive approach this time around. I guess the Ravens got caught off guard in their early game, and also did not respect the team fight advantage that Coritiba had.
Bottom tower is under attack.
yeah, for sure. And they are just like trying this tier 2 right now. They don't seem to want to wait for Roshan. They just go in. We have DD on Mini, which is about to expire. But they have the healing ward up, and oh, Mini!
Oh, that's a nice catch. Mini is going to get taken down. He could get some BKB off. There's a big surprise coming out. Dismar's tree gets cut on the side. Won't be able to chase for anyone else in the meantime. They do manage to kill off the Juggernaut, so that is actually a pretty big kill secured, and they keep their racks, their megas at least, still in their favor.
Yeah, Raven's still in the game. Defending the left side of the base here, it's pretty fine. 1,600 gold just from getting this kill on Juggernaut. And they just like used, I feel like they just used the Thunder God's Wrath and also Decay true form here, the Dragon form, to perform the kill, so it's quite good. Maybe for the luck of Coritiba, Roshan respawn time wasn't like about to respawn, so I feel like that's the lucky moment for Coritiba in this game.
Middle tower has fallen.
Seems Ravens not done just yet. Monkey going for the Eul's. I mean, there's backs are still against the wall, but they can wiggle their behind a little bit around. There's a tiny bit of space to try and make some possibilities happen. Dad is really fat on that TA right now. It's almost completely caught up to Mini, so you do have a lot of damage to work with. He's going for the Silver Edge, it seems, which is an interesting approach. Of course, you have that guaranteed crit once you come out of the Silver Edge. 160% if I'm not mistaken. So you could blow someone up, get rid of the Untouchable very quickly, the crit from the Enchantress, the Mars's Bulwark. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually get rid of that are pretty useful this game, or with that Silver Edge.
Yeah, I mean, he can try to dodge out the Omni Slash with the Silver Edge as well, but the thing is, like, Mini is already carrying Dust of Appearance, so like the Meld and also the Silver Edge isn't going to help against that ability exactly, sorry. And yeah, they are just like waiting for Roshan, both teams. Ravens knows that they need to contest this Roshan somehow, because otherwise it's probably gonna be game, right?
Yeah, it's this Roche is going to go in the hands of Coritiba most likely. I mean, they are close to try and possibly contest. But can they contest? That is another question that needs answering.
That's a pick-off opportunity here. Saren.
Saren is a really farmed Enchantress. He's going to be ahead of Benjaz, so he wants to get his revenge. Can they get the kill? Saren does die to Dismar's Orchid proc, but they're jumping from Eco onto Benjaz. The DK's in trouble, gets his BKB off. He's trying to fly his way out of there. They're still inside the Wukong's command. Benjaz is going to stay alive. Saren actually bought back. There is no Elder Dragon form, there is no Thunder God's Wrath, and there is also no Wukong's command. They did use a lot of tools on the side of the Ravens, Also no BKB for the DK, making his fight a lot scarier, but Coritiba is also a little bit terrified of taking Roche right now. They don't even have the Juggernaut there. The rest of the team is going to start it off.
Yeah, we see some hesitation here from Coritiba for sure. But there we go, they are trying to perform Roche right now, and Ravens, they are like just roaming around and trying to contest the Roshan. Let's see if they can do it. As you mentioned, without Wukong's command, and also maybe without Zoo's ultimate and also Dragon Form, it's gonna be hard.
Mini does also have the Scotty, so he is pretty tanky in that regard. Kara is gonna try and go for a scouting mission, but Roche is already pretty much dead. Guts, oh, that is a nice dodge coming out. Guts gets away, Kara is dead. No buyback available for the Ogre for 40 seconds. They just need to go back to their high ground defense on the side of Ravens.
Yeah, we're gonna see this probable like last push from Coritiba's side, and Seren also gets the Agony Shard from Roshan. Like we saw when they tried to burst him out there near the high ground, right? On Roche Pit side, Seren, he's tanky enough to like soak up those damages, and now with the Agony Shard, this Enchantress position 4 is gonna be way harder to kill because he gets like the passive Nature's Attendant skill. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like depending on the position here of Seren, he can survive the next gank on him. He doesn't have buyback, so I mean Ravens can try to burst him out. But I don't think like no, actually I'm not gonna say that because he's implementing a lot of damage with the Hurricane Pike. So I was about to say like Enchantress, okay, you can burst her out, like she's not gonna be any problems for Ravens, but yeah, she can be.
I see that Hurricane Pike and then the massive impetus yeets coming on every single fight. And it is, no matter what state you're in, it always does a lot of damage because it's all just percentage-based pure damage, which is kind of insane if you think about it, that a hero has that possibility where you just get one item and it doesn't matter what position you're in. You can still get rid of a core in a couple of hits.
Yeah. And now a smoke from Coritiba. They want to go in and try to surprise Raven. Can they do it though? Like they are all... Oh man, dead.
Okay, they are going to get the jump onto Nengo, though. The Zeus is in trouble. He's popping everything he's got. He doesn't have a buyback available. Nengo's dead. The spear lands onto Kara. The Ogre Magi does have a buyback available as well. The refresher comes out from Hiko. He has a second arena available. Dad needs to get away. Nice boundless strike to keep him at bay. The arena gets thrown. Ben just flies through the arena with that BKB usage, but it did force out a double buyback. However, Coritiba's ults are all on cooldown right now. In comes Mini going for Nango. He's trying to get that dieback going. He used his heavenly jump a little bit too soon, and it is going to be Mini getting the kill. He still has that Aegis available. Wukong's command comes down. Mini, can he survive? No, his first life is gone, but without Nango, without Gara, it's going to be problematic. Disma in the trees gets impetus out of existence, and Dad and Ben just trying to hold down the line. A lot of damage coming up from Dad, but now he's going to get spun upon, and Dad does not have a buyback. He's going to get taken down. Ben just next, the GG gets called, and that is going to be Coritiba destroying Ravens in game number 1, and it wasn't even close.
There we go, man. 31 against 5. Like, huge first game for Coritiba. And, like, I don't know, like, from what we saw from Ravens on this season, I don't think, like, they actually countered Coritiba picks as they did on other matches. And the passive game on early mid game wasn't good for them. But I feel like this was a resuit from laning phase, especially for Benhaz, because Benhaz had such a hard lane against this Jug and also this Enchantress, like 22 denies or more, as you said. Like it really hits Benhaz up on the XP side and also on net worth. So like his dagger was delayed. They can find the openings with this decay just on the exact same moment when Hiko also has his dagger up. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like feels bad for Ravens this game, like that 8-0, I mean, like going 8 games unbeatable. Like it's sometimes you get deceived by this kind of score, right? Because you face a good team on this like mid section of the game, and you get surprised, as we see here. The 8-0 Ravens losing to Coritiba right now, which had some like slips on this tournament.
Yeah, stats of the past do not give you any information about the future, as we can clearly see here, because Coritiba making it very interesting in the upper section of Division 2 of the SA region. If they win this right here, then it's going to be a three-way tie between Coritiba, Ravens, and the Dreamers, making it a lot more interesting on who's going to advance on towards next season. But before that happens, however, we'll be going towards a short break, so everyone can rest up and get ready for game number 2. We'll be right back after the break. See you then.